Hi, welcome back to the video. Now this is part 2 of how to research a property. If you haven't watched the part 1, please do so. So this is the follow-on from that video. And we talked about the desktop research on the earlier video. Now once you're happy with all of that and you think like this is the investment that fits your criteria, then you want to make contact with the agent. When I'm talking to any estate agents or anyone who's presenting me the opportunity, I normally ask certain things that will help me make the right decision, and those questions are as follows. So basically, I want to find out whether the property is a freehold or a leasehold. Now, surprisingly, there are houses that are on leasehold as well. This also came quite late in my investment journey, when I used to think all houses are freehold, but not necessarily. So there could be a house, but it's on a leasehold. So just find out whether the property is on a leasehold or a freehold. Now, if it is a leasehold, you want to know now what's the remaining lease, how many years remaining lease are there, what's the service charge, and what's the ground rent. Okay, so this will then help you to obviously put these figures in your investment calculations, and then help you to come up with the correct or a more accurate yield and ROI. For example, if it's a flat where there is £2,000 service charge every year, that is a lot of money. So that will make a big difference on your return on investment as well as your net yield. So do find that out. Now I've come across situations where I've been presented with a certain figure, but that figure turned out to be completely wrong, a lot lower than what it should have been. So I'll just double check and just, can you please make sure, just ask them that you get the accurate figure for the service charge and the ground rent. The next thing I would normally ask is the property currently rented? Is it on a chain? If it is on a chain, then the likelihood of the property transaction not going forward is high, more risky, because it's on a chain. So the seller might not find the property, or their mortgages on the other property that they're trying to move into is not accepted. So there are lots of chances that maybe that sale doesn't happen. Okay, so if it's a chain free, it's a lot easier, straightforward. So whether it's on a chain or not, and whether it's a rented property currently. If it is rented, are the current tenants staying in the property? If so, when does their tenancy expire? How do you know whether these tenants that are currently in the property might be a problem tenants? Because you don't want to take the property on where you have a problem tenant. So this is where you really have to be careful. I tend not to actually, I did have my investment properties in the past where I took on tenants who were there from before, and not all the time it's a happy scenario. So it's really important to understand what kind of tenant you're actually carrying on with you. Maybe it's best just to end the tenancy and refurb the property and then get a new one where you know what kind of tenants you've actually put in. And if you were thinking to keep the tenants, then just check how their payment history has been, and have they been paying regularly. Not sure if the agents can actually show you any proof of that, apart from just saying yes or no. But that's something you can ask, and how the tenants, or have the tenants paid any, have the tenants missed any payments in the last year or two, or something like that. You can also ask when was the last the property was fully refurbished, because if it was recently done, that means maybe for the next couple of years you might be okay. When was the last time the boiler was replaced or serviced? So little things like that. Make sure that you've got the EPC rating. Make sure you've got the gas safety certificate and the electrical safety certificates. So all of that, it's a good sign that the property is kept in a good condition. So which means less headache for you after you've taken over the property. A part of what kind of tenants you might expect in that area. You can also check the local area unemployment rate. There are lots of free websites where you can check that. Just put in your postcode and have a look, whether the unemployment in that particular area is lower than the average or higher than the average. You can do the same thing with the credit rating of that particular area. We have our personal credit ratings. Just like that, you have an area credit rating as well, so for a particular postcode. So in that postcode, if the credit rating is poor, very low compared to the average, then you could then expect maybe rental arrears and things like that. So I would be careful about that and just do that little checks, unemployment and credit check for that particular area. Interesting thing is there is a new app. I forgot the name of the app now, but there is a new app now where you could actually, if you're renting the property, you can use your rental payments to boost your credit rating. So before, no matter how well you pay your rent or on time you pay rent, that wasn't being counted as to boost your credit ratings. But now you can actually link your rental payments into your credit scores. Okay, so this will help those renters who are looking to improve your credit rating, which eventually help you to obviously get a wider choices of your loans, wider terms, and favorable terms, basically, because once you have a good credit rating, that will help you to get the best products, financial products out there, to even when you want to actually get a mortgage. So all of that should help you move into the property ladder and property investment. So I hope that was helpful there. Thanks for watching until the end of the video again, and I will see you in the next video.